How you all doing? Thanks for watching this video. In this video, imagine a category manager starting a day, not alone with spreadsheets and dashboards, but with a team of agents working alongside them as an um, agentic AI teammates, right? And that's what we are going to talk about in this particular video. And I'm going to show you a demo. Before I wanted to show you a demo, um, this systems allows the category manager setting the strategy and redefining like how to grow the market share, optimize assortment, and also respond to competitive pressure and delight the customers. Instead of running this through manually and or having other systems that doing querying and number crunching and buying different systems, we are going to reimagine this with agentic AI and see how that is going to help us. So the first one is going to be the trend category scout, which scans customer behavior, sales velocity, seasonality patterns, and emerging signal. It just doesn't report what happened. It identifies why it is happened and it might happen next, and it also flags the demand shifts, highlights underperforming skews, and such as growth pockets for before competitor notice. The next one is going to be the cross category basket, which dives into basket data. It contains hidden affinities, what products are bought together, substitution risks, and upsell opportunities. It recommends optimal bundling, pricing strategies, adjacencies to maximize basket size and customer lifecycle value. The third one is going to be a competitor assessment optimizer agent, monitors external signals, pricing changes, assortment gaps, promotional intensity, and then benchmarks them against external performance. It proposes adjustments and identifies white space opportunities and simulates impact scenarios. So instead of spending 70% of their time analyzing the data, they can spend more in strategic decision by the insights provided by these agents. So by any means, this is not to replace them. This is just to help them. So as you can see, I have three different agents here. This is the trend, the categories, scout agent, and I've created the prompt, and I've also uploaded a JSON file which I generated um, as a simulated data set. It's all simulated data. It's not real data at all. And then I have the category basket analysis. Created a prompt specially for that, and then I also using the same data set. Um, and then I also created the competitor assessment optimizer. Now, these are the individual agents that are working towards it, and I am using the GPT 5.2, which seems to be pretty decent in the experiments that I've run. And then to make all this come together, so the first thing is we designed these three different agents. Why three different agents? I was wanted to create an optimal size of team, so I thought okay, three agents is better than five agents, not to confuse each other. We can also add more agents as we need. If you want to have critic agents and revalidation agents, we can also add those. So for example, for this demo, I'm just going to show you the smaller agent, and then I created the workflow. The workflow is basically for the category manager. This is built in Microsoft Foundry, but actually we can actually build an UI for it to use the existing agents that we created. The advantage of Foundry is you create it here and then we can consume it anywhere we wanted to. So I can go to this, so you can see that for every request it'll go through these three different options, agents, not options, three different agents, and make us gets us insights for us. So we can actually test this and see. And I have some sample questions that what my category manager might ask, and then I can actually in the preview here, this is basically the canvas where I'm creating the workflow. My workflow is so you can see when it is starting and you will see the processing. The idea here is it'll take the question, reanalyze, use the grounded data that we have given, and then it is going to go, as you can see, it is pulling it out and it's doing the work. It's doing the trend categories. Code is doing its analysis first. So as each agent will do its own analysis, and then finally gives the end output. Our goal is to make sure that um, each one of them acts as a teammates, and each one's input goes to the next one, so that they can all use together, and then we can actually make this as an in a sing and complete like a a team based product. So this is the concept of you can call it as reimagination or reinventing an existing process that has been done so far. My idea is to reimagine that rather than um, taking the existing process and retrofitting it. So you can see now the basket analysis is done. Now the competitor assessment optimizer is doing its evaluation, and then finally you will see the output that is coming out, and you can see the recommendation that finally it came. It says private label milk does not allocate space in the share, so it says like within milk, you can be in reacting to dairy mix yogurt versus milk, stabilize ACV facing in stock. Private label ACV is dropping into like 50-70, so those are the same places our share looks worst. So it gives you the insights what it needs. Now you can also look at the entirety of how it went through. If you look at the debug, this is going to show you the lineage of how each agent went through each steps. This is all automatically logged in the in our foundry itself, so that we can go back and take a look what is happening. This is a foundry UI. This is good for testing, but for production use, definitely have to have a better UI, and create, like, we can even create a Streamlit UI or a React based UI and reuse the same agents. So as Foundry will give you the option to create the agents, reuse them, and do the observability and other evaluations. You can go into the traces here and see the entire conversation that got happened. You can click on the conversation ID, or you can actually click on the trace ID, and you should see everything and all the execution and how it went through when we were chatting with that agentic system. There are evaluations capability there. I don't have a data set to do it. Model, you can see the model token usage, so you can see actually how much I spend. I've been spending like close to $3 so far. If you have like a real ground truth data set, then you can actually use the evaluation also. So this gives you an idea like how we can build a persona based or a work function based, um, for persona, build agents that can help them do their job better and more efficient. In this way you get better insights. You also get a better decision making capability, which means you can drive more revenue to the company. So thank you for spending the time watching this, and have a wonderful day.